Level 1. Cub. You don't know you're alive yet. You were born in thick grass, miles from the pride, in a place your mother chose because no predator would think to look there. Your eyes are sealed shut. Your legs are useless. The only thing in the world that matters is warmth. And she is warm. For the first weeks, this is everything. Milk. Her tongue scraping across your fur. Your siblings pressing against you in the dark, their tiny hearts beating fast beside yours. But she leaves. She has to. She needs to eat to feed you. And when she goes, the grass becomes terrifying. Every sound, every rustle, every distant laugh from hyenas could be the end. You are small enough to fit in a predator's mouth, and predators know it. A strange male lion finds cubs like you and kills them, not from anger, not from malice, simply because that's what strange males do. Sometimes rain floods the hiding spot. Sometimes hunger stretches so long your belly caves inward. Sometimes one of your siblings stops moving. You don't understand death yet. You only understand absence. Every few days she returns, bites the scruff of your neck gently, and carries you somewhere new. You hang limp in her mouth, trusting completely, watching the world swing past upside down. You don't know how many things want you dead. You only know, when she's here, you're safe. Level 2. Juvenile. The grass can't hide you anymore. Your legs work now. Your eyes are open. You follow the pride across open plains under a sky so wide and blue it seems impossible. Everything is interesting. Everything is a game. Beetles, shadows, your brother's tail, the patient flick of your mother's ear. But play is practice. You just don't know it yet. At dusk, you watch the lionesses hunt. They flatten themselves into gold and disappear into grass that matches their fur. Then, explosion, dust, hooves, chaos. Sometimes they return dragging something heavy, and the whole pride eats. Sometimes they come back empty, and nobody eats at all. Hunger becomes familiar, a dull ache you learn to carry. The nights are worse. Hyenas circle beyond your sight, their laughing calls cutting through darkness. Leopards float through branches above water. Crocodiles wait without moving beneath the surface of every crossing. And the adult males? They look at you differently now. If you are male, their tolerance is shrinking. Growls come faster. Swipes come harder. You don't understand what you did wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. That's the problem. You just keep growing. Level 3. Subadult. You're between things now. Not a cub, not an adult. Your paws are heavier than they should be, still slightly too big for your body, as if the rest of you hasn't caught up yet. Your movements are faster than before, but still betray too much eagerness. If you're female, your future is already forming around you. You follow hunts now, belly low in grass, learning to read wind and distance. Sometimes your claws reach prey first. Sometimes you miss, and the whole herd scatters, and nobody eats because of you. Both teach you something. You begin helping guard younger cubs. You chase hyenas from kills. You become useful. And the pride feels it. If you are male, something harder is happening. The dominant male watches you the way he once watched the lions he drove out before you were born. Every day, his patience shortens. Every day, the threat in his eyes sharpens. You lower your head when he passes. You yield at every kill. It doesn't matter. Some things cannot be solved by submission. You are growing. And in this world, a growing male is not a son. He is competition. Level 4. Adult lioness. You know this valley. Your mother hunted it. Her mother before her. Generations of knowledge live in your muscles, which ridge funnels antelope, which dry riverbed traps zebra, where wildebeest panic in predictable directions. You spread out with the other females in silence. No signal, no command, just coordination built from years of moving together. Then you explode. Sometimes hooves clip your ribs hard enough to crack them. Sometimes the herd scatters instantly, and you taste nothing but dust. Sometimes you bring something down and eat fast because hyenas are already moving in, because there is never enough time, never enough safety. But often enough, you succeed. You eat quickly. Then you go back. Back to the cubs. Back to your sister's cubs. Back to the pride that cannot survive without what you do. If another lioness dies, you nurse her young. If a cub is lost, you search for it. The pride continues because you make it continue. When strange males roar near the territory, you feel it before you hear it. A vibration in your chest that says, danger is deciding. You cannot always stop what comes, but you will not make it easy. Level 5, Expelled Brothers. The attack doesn't begin with a roar. It begins with a look. He's been watching you for weeks. You felt it. The shortened tolerance, the harder swipes at kills, the way his eyes track you when you move. You didn't want to understand what it meant. Now he's walking toward you. You lower your head. Your brother does the same. You've both spent months doing everything right. Yielding, retreating, making yourselves small. It doesn't matter. He roars. A sound that doesn't just hit your ears. It hits your chest, your legs, some ancient part of your brain that knows exactly what that sound means. Then he charges. Teeth crash into your shoulder. You stumble. Dust erupts. Your brother lunges forward to help, but the dominant male drives both of you apart in separate explosions of violence. This is not correction. This is removal. You try to hold your ground for half a second. That half second almost costs you everything. You run. Across open grass. Through thorn brush. Past the scent markers you've known your entire life. The familiar boundaries of a home that no longer exists for you. He chases you to the edge of the territory, strikes you once more, then stops. He doesn't need to follow further. You understand. You and your brother run until your lungs give out. When you finally slow, the pride's scent is gone. The familiar sounds are gone. Everything is unfamiliar. You stand together in the silence, nearly grown, not strong enough yet. Nowhere to go. Most males expelled at this stage never reach their prime. They starve. They get killed by rivals. They wander until the wandering ends them. You look at your brother. He looks back. There is no plan. Only each other. Level 6, Nomad Male. The first night outside the territory is the loudest night of your life. Every sound is a threat now. Insects, wind, distant hyenas. None of it is background noise anymore. All of it could be something coming for you. You and your brother barely sleep. You take turns lifting your heads. The days become walking, endless walking. You follow rivers. You circle around waterholes that carry the scent of dominant males. Every territory is already claimed. Every strong male will kill you if you challenge too soon. So you move. Hunting without lionesses is humbling. Gazelles see you coming from twice the distance you expect. Zebras scatter before you close the gap. Buffalo turn and face you, which is worse than running. Some nights you eat nothing. Some days you gnaw dry bones left behind by hyenas. Your ribs begin to show. Your brother grows quieter. One evening you approach a carcass, already claimed by a hyena clan. They outnumber you easily. They circle and laugh, pressing closer. Hunger overrides caution. You and your brother charge together. And for one moment, surprise works. Hyenas scatter just long enough to snatch a mouthful. You eat fast, too fast, barely chewing, before the clan regroups. You leave before a bite can cripple you. Because one deep wound out here is a death sentence. Months pass. Cold nights without the pride's warmth. Rain without shelter. Days where everything fails and you sleep hungry again. But something is also happening. Your bodies are hardening, shoulders broadening, coordination sharpening. You learn to read wind better, to ambush smarter, to conserve what you have. Survival builds something that comfort never could. Patience. Then one night, dry wind carries something different to you. Age, weakness, a territory not defended the way it once was. You and your brother stop walking. For the first time since exile, you're not running from something. You're choosing something. Level 7, Coalition Male. You roar into the darkness. The sound rolls across the plains and shakes birds from their trees. It is not a greeting. It is a declaration. Something is ending tonight, and something is beginning. The old male answers from somewhere ahead. His roar is still full-throated. The body remembers power even when it fades. He charges from shadow, mane thinning at the edges, movements slightly slower than they used to be. He knows what this is. Everything. Your bodies collide in an eruption of dust and violence. Teeth find flesh. Claws tear. Pain rips across your ribs where he catches you. He's still dangerous, still fighting with everything. But your brother hits him from the side and momentum shifts. Youth has more reserve, more air, more violence left. Finally, exhausted and wounded, he turns. He limps into the darkness, into exile, into the same long road you just survived. You don't chase him. The pride matters more. Lionesses gather in tense silence, cubs pressed behind them, watching you with wary eyes. The air smells of blood and fear. And then biology takes over. The part of this that has no cruelty in it, only cold, forward-pressing life. The cubs must go. The mothers fight hard, snarling, swiping, refusing. They protect until they cannot protect anymore. By sunrise, the pride is quiet. Weeks pass. Lionesses begin to accept your presence. They walk beside you, hunt with you near, sleep within the same territory. Then cubs are born. Yours. You patrol your territory at dawn, roaring into rising wind. Hyenas retreat. Rivals hesitate at your scent markers. When you return, cubs climb onto your back and pull at your mane. You belong somewhere again. But even now, lying in acacia shade, you know the truth. Somewhere out there, young males are doing exactly what you did. Growing, waiting, getting strong. You were them once. One day, they will come for you. Level 8. Dominant pride male. The roar that wakes you isn't yours. It rolls across the plains before dawn. Deep, confident, close. You lift your head. Beside you, your brother lifts his too. Your muscles ache. Old wounds pull beneath your fur. The night before was a failed hunt, and hunger is still with you. But you rise anyway, because this land is yours. Every waterhole, every stretch of grass, every acacia tree carries your scent. You patrol at dawn and dusk, marking borders, clawing bark, roaring into wind so that anything thinking of crossing knows what it would mean. When lionesses bring down prey, you eat first. Not because you hunted. You rarely do anymore. Because you defend. You keep hyenas at the boundary. You keep rival males away. That is your contribution. That is why you eat first. Cubs play on your back. Your cubs. You smell your blood in them. This is what exile was endured for. What hunger and wandering and rain-soaked nights and humiliation were all building toward. Territory. Family. Control. But the roar outside the territory is still getting closer. Young males. A coalition. Moving together with the particular confidence of lions who have survived long enough to stop being afraid. Exactly like you once did. You and your brother walk toward them. Two rulers answering two challengers. The numbers are even. The stakes are everything. If you fall, the pride falls. The cubs fall. They step through the grass. You charge. Dust erupts. Bodies slam. Violence without preamble. For several brutal minutes, strength holds even. Old experience against young endurance. Eventually, they retreat. Not defeated. Measuring. You limp back. Cubs rush to climb on you, ignorant of how narrow that margin was. Lionesses press against your side, reassured by your return. You eat first at the next kill. Hyenas circle at a respectful distance. For a moment, everything feels stable. But that night, lying beneath the stars, you understand something no young lion ever believes until it happens to them. Dominance is borrowed time, and the clock is already running. Level 9, the deposed male. They return before the dry season breaks. No warning roar this time. No approaching scent carried ahead of them. Just movement through grass at dawn. And you're already awake because you've felt this coming for weeks. Your brother rises slower than he used to. His patrols have shortened. The limp from an old injury never fully healed. The young coalition steps into the open. Broader. Heavier. Scarred where you once scarred them. They don't roar. They charge. You meet them the way you have met everything. Together. The way you survived exile. The way you took this pride. But your bodies don't answer the same way. Your shoulder buckles where old scar tissue tears open. Your brother's injured leg folds under him. You fight, harder than logic says you should, harder than survival alone requires, because something in you refuses to accept what your body already knows. Eventually, you break free. You look back. Your brother is down. One step toward him. One step away. Your brother doesn't rise. You run. From a ridge above the valley, you watch the young coalition stand where you once stood. The pride gathers around them. The cubs hide. You know what comes next. You've done it yourself. For the second time in your life, you walk away from everything. But this time, there is no brother beside you. No hunger-fueled ambition driving you forward. No strength left to reclaim anything. Just distance. Wounds that don't close properly. Infection under torn skin. Flies hovering where blood dried. Hunting alone is nearly impossible now. Gazelles outrun you. Buffalo don't fear your charge anymore. You trail vultures. You wait for hyenas to finish and approach what they leave behind. And sometimes they don't leave anything. Your ribs press sharper against your fur with every passing day. The dry season deepens. Waterholes shrink. Prey migrates away. Every attempt costs energy you cannot recover. One afternoon, beneath a sparse acacia tree, you lie down. Wind moves through the grass. Somewhere in the distance, young males roar across the territory that was once yours. You don't answer. Hunger stops burning. It just fades. Your breathing slows. The plains don't stop. They don't pause. They don't mark the moment. Miles away, in thick grass, far from any pride, a lioness settles into shadow. New cubs press against her. Blind, small, warm. The world beginning again. The cycle has no memory of you. It simply continues.